Hello, guys. You're welcome to NiSIG National Summit 2020. And my name is Ukeme Joseph Bassi, and a lot of people know me by the name UK Great. And I represent the NiSIG chapter in NRV. NRV is North Rhine-Westphalia, the state in Germany. And then with me is Mr. Alex, and he's going to be talking about health insurance in Germany. If you don't know Mr. Alex is the key account holder, he's a key account officer for BARMER, representing universities in Germany. So I'm going to let Mr. Alex take the podium because we have very limited time, a lot of things to talk about. Thank you very much, Mr. Alex. Over to you now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Okema. It's my pleasure. It's so awesome to be here. And before I start, I really want to say thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for everyone who's been taking a part in organizing this. I am really impressed with this format so far. So I've been tuning in every now and then, and great job on that for sure. It's awesome. And yeah, as you already heard, today we're going to give you a quick glimpse of how the health insurance system works in Germany and what you guys should have to know about that. Now, initially, we were thinking of giving you the basic information in the slideshow, but we've decided on doing things a little bit different today because I really want to make sure that you can take an active part in this session, and as well in the partnership that we have with NiSIG e.V and BARMER. So before I start doing this session, I'm going to ask you to use the chat function. A part of this cooperation that we have is that you guys can decide on workshop topics and live stream topics that we are going to have together, and use the chat function for this. Give me some ideas on what you would like to hear. These could be either health related, these could be career related, these could also be just like a real survival guide on how the whole health insurance system works in detail, because today I can just give you a basic overview of that, since we do have a little bit of limited time in here. So yeah, please use the chat function. I really want to discuss things that are interesting for you. And yeah, so at the end of the day, we are going to have a look at the chat, and maybe your topic is going to be the chosen one for our next workshop or live stream. Now, as you've heard, I am pretty much exclusively dealing with international students, and I'm in charge of the NiSIG and BARMER cooperation. And the reason why we initially set this up is pretty much what was discussed last session, because many people just don't know how to really use the insurance system and don't know what the issues are. I know a lot of people come here and they simply do not know what they have to do. It's a very confusing topic that you have to put your mind really into it. And yeah, that's when we initially said we have to take care of that. We have to make sure people are informed, and yeah, that's why we came up with this partnership. And yeah, the health insurance system in general, as you already heard, is fairly easy to use. It is pretty much regulated by an ID kind of card. So those of you who are already here already know about that. You're getting a little health insurance card, which you simply show at the doctor's office. As long as you're publicly insured, and the doctor is going to take care of your issues, is going to treat you in the exact way that you will need it. And at the end of the day, you will not have to pay for things because the health insurance provider is going to deal with that. But before going into too much detail here, once again, use the chat, give me some topics if you want to hear more about that. We're going to have the next workshop being set up in a specific way of explaining how to make doctor's appointments, how to deal with hospitals, what you guys have to know, how to make sure that you're not facing any issues when going around in the health insurance system. And yeah, since we have partnered up with NiSIG, we've came up with a lot of special benefits for you guys. You've already heard about how to live a healthy lifestyle. And yeah, if you do so, we are here to reward you in a very special way. And yeah, this could be cashback tariffs, these could be some bonuses for that. But the most important thing is, if you guys ever have any questions on how to make a doctor's appointment, if you guys need to know what you will have to do, if you're facing any issues, if you just need like a guiding hand through this very, very confusing systems, I'm here for you guys. I'm there for you. And all you can do from your side is to just give me a hint that you need some help. We can have a call, we can have an online consultation. And it is part of the partnership that I am helping you guys out. Of course, it's easier if you are a happy member of us, but even if you're not, I'm still happy to help you with that. Now, I'd like to use this session really quick over the next 2 or 3 minutes to just explain things in the current situation for you, because I guess that many people are in a state of mind where they are not sure what's going to happen next. Some of you might attend online sessions right now. Some of you might already be in, might still be in Nigeria, just not knowing what's going on and how to proceed with things, because people are asking you a lot of questions, asking you for a lot of documentation in here. And to make things a little bit clearer, as soon as you start studying in Germany, that's when you will need to have a proof of health insurance. And even if you are attending online sessions, the university is still going to ask you for these certificates in order to enroll you successfully. So even if you're not here yet, you will still, or you should still make sure that you take care of things in a manner that you have all the documentation ready. It's really not a big deal. It's not that much paperwork that you have to do, but yeah, that's a recommendation from my side to take things really seriously, because you heard it, health insurance is mandatory and it could cause some major issues if you don't take care of things in a serious matter. And I think, Mr. Okema, we already have a couple of questions. I've seen them in the chat. So before I go ahead, maybe we could go ahead and answer some of these, because this session is for you guys. And yeah, Mr. Okema, go ahead. What do we have?
Thank you, Mr. Alex. Yeah, someone just asked a question. Why can't I use a private insurance when working as a work student, like VEC student? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a good question. So generally speaking, as soon as you join university, you will have to decide on if you want to go for the private system or the public system. Now, people above 30 is a different story, but if we're speaking of people below 30, you have to initially decide if you want to go for the private or public system. And if you go for the private system, because at first glance it's a little bit cheaper for you, that's where you have to stick for the whole period of your studying. And yeah, there's no way around that. You will have to stick with the private insurance for the whole period of your studying, even if you take up a mini job or Werkstudenten job. And I know that employers are going to ask you for public insurance, so that might cause 1 or 2 little bit of issues in there. But as soon as you start up with a part-time or full-time job, that's when you can join the public system. But as long as you're just considered a student in the first place, which is what a Werkstudenten job is, you have to stick with the private insurance.
So the next question is, what is the cost of insurance after 30?
Mm-hmm. After 30, it's getting a little bit more expensive for you guys. So if you initially join below 30, that's going to end up at around 110 euros per month, depending on your individual situation. After you turn 30 or when you turn 30, that's going to end up at around 190, because you cannot be considered a student in the first place anymore. So that's making things more expensive. But I know of 1 or 2 fellow Nigerians that have been facing this this situation, and in that case, as soon as you turn 30, you can pretty much join the private system afterwards if things are getting too expensive for you. And then as soon as you take up a job, you can join the public system back again and enjoy the benefits there.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Alex. Because of time, we just have to go through a lot of questions. Can you change to a public health insurance like BARMER after you have been privately insured?
As long as you are still considered a student, which is what I just explained, as long as you're a status student, meaning a mini job or a part-time job, no, you cannot change back to the public system. As soon as you take up a part-time or a full-time job, yes, you can.
But my employer has insisted that I must register with a public health insurance, otherwise they would register me. So what can you say about that?
In that case, get in touch with me. I'm happy to get in touch with your employer and figure things out for you. If there's any way we can set things up for you being insured with the public system, we're going to make things easy for you. So I'm happy to speak to HR in that case.
Okay, someone just wrote something here. I think it's a Dart scholar. I have received insurance certificate from DAAD Continental. Do I need to do anything else when I arrive in Germany?
So since you are since you're receiving a scholarship, I guess, congratulations on that. That's just fine for you. The scholarship usually also covers the insurance part of it. You still need to have an exemption of public insurance in that case. So if you need help with that, just get in touch with me.
Yeah, I think the last question is very important. Oh, we have another one. Someone is asking how they can get percentage back from the monies they pay for insurance since they've not used the insurance cover for over 2 years. Can you put a little light on that?
Yeah, definitely. You pretty much explained it the exact right way. If you don't use the service, there are some optional tariffs that you can opt in for, and these are rewarding you by just checking out if you have used the insurance at all and how much you've used them. And if you didn't use it at all, you're going to get a specific bonus back depending on which tariff you chose. And if you do so, there is a little bit of a fee that you pay, but that's something I would like to discuss personally to kind of really see if it fits your needs. So feel free to get in touch with me. I'm happy to give you more information on that.
Okay, so Mike said, I left a public health insurance some time ago. Is it possible to join again using my present job? Please join us at BARMER.
That's good. If the job that you are taking up is so if you've been a student and now working for the first time and it's a part of full-time job, then you can. If you've been leaving the public system because you've earned a lot of amount of money and then decided to go for the private one, in that case, that's not going to work that easily. But once again, get in touch with me. It's always like a very personal situation.
Okay, I have a question from one of the YouTube streamers. He said, can you switch from one public insurance to another public insurance? Like, why currently enrolled in a public insurance, I want to switch to another one, to BARMER. So is that possible?
Yes, definitely. That's just as easy as joining the public system in the first place. All you need is an application form that can be found on the NiSIG webpage, or can be found by getting in touch with Mr. Ukeme himself or with the chapter presidents and zonal coordinators. And I'll also take care of the cancellation of your existing insurance in that case. It's easy.
Someone said, I'm currently enrolled in Germany, but I'm yet to get a visa appointment. This is Shane, we're talking from Nigeria. In the process of getting enrolled, I opened my Vista health insurance as I am above 30. Presently, it is not feasible for me to arrive in Germany within the next 2 months. I heard that the insurance will bill me for months, this month that I am not in Germany. Please, how do I go about this? Should I cancel the agreement now?
That's a hard question, since the private insurances deal with things a little bit differently than the public one. So in public, we would simply put things on hold and wait until you get here and then activate it. So there would be no payments up front, but you're not in Germany at all. Regarding the private system, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit harder. If you need advice on this or guidance in this, maybe get in touch with me. Maybe you could drop my details there. Just send an email to me or give me a call and we'll figure things out. That's a bit harder.
My email is ukemejbasi@gmail.com. If you'd like to reach me concerning questions on BARMER, partnership with BARMER and NiSIG, I'll be very, very much glad to receive questions from you. So while we're still waiting for more questions, and yes, I'd like to inform each and every one of us that NiSIG, Nigerian Scholars in Germany, has entered into a partnership with BARMER regarding health insurance cover in Germany. So whether you are still in Nigeria waiting for your appointment date at the German embassy, currently enrolled online, you're studying online, or you're in Germany and you want to switch to a better health insurance, which is BARMER, of course, then we are here for you. The link is actually, I'm actually going to display the link after now. You just click on the NiSIG link. There's going to be a form for you. Fill out the form, specify which of the chapters you belong to, Hamburg, Berlin, NRV, and then at the top right corner of the page, you would see Alex's email. Fill the form, save it, and send it to Alex, and then you will receive a special application, enrollment into the BARMER health insurance scheme. So for those who are currently in Nigeria, do not worry whether you arrive at a later date or not. So long as you already showed interest that you want to be enrolled into the BAMER health insurance scheme, so we'll put you on our list. So on the day of your arrival, that is when you begin to pay for BAMER health insurance. I think Mr. Alex can throw more light on that, please.
Yeah, definitely. Beautifully said, Mr. Kim. As soon as you come here, we are going to see in which semester you came. So there's no need to pay anything upfront. As soon as you come here, we'll deal with things. At the end of the day, it's going to fully start with the semester where you actually come. So if you would come on, let's say, 5th of October, which would be very, very, very soon, then it's going to start by 1st of October, even if you've already been doing a full semester online. So that way you could simply save maybe like a semester or even 2, depending on how long you're doing the online courses.
Hi, Basi, you're muted. You're muted.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. I would like to thank you, Mr. Alex, for coming on this event. We really thank you very much. You've always been a friend, a brother to NiSIG, and we thank you for what you're doing for us health-wise. And I also like to inform our 74 participants that NiSIG is currently running a partnership with BAMER. And so the partnership is very simple. We need people, Nigerians, to be enrolled on the BAMER insurance through the NiSIG-BAMER collaboration. So when you do this as an individual, when you get us a student or a worker to be enrolled on BAMER through the NiSIG collaboration, then you get a percentage. You get something from BAMER. BAMER actually pays you for every client. Let me use the word client that you bring onto the BAMER insurance scheme. So that's basically what I would like to talk about. And for those who are watching on YouTube, we want to thank you for joining us. And my time is up, so I have to move on to the over.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Alex. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Basi. Thank you so much for moderating this session. And thank you so much, Mr. Alex. I want to believe that you've learned a lot. And